Good afternoon. My name is Minika Jenkins, and I am the new Chief Academic Officer for Pittsburgh Public Schools. And I do want to kind of give a little backdrop of how I got here, because I wasn't really supposed to come to the YNI Institute, so it was pretty interesting. I thought our deputy superintendent was going to attend, and so I was like, yes, because my birthday was October 25th. Yes, I know. Thank you. But anyway, so I was told I had to go to the Council of Great City Schools, so I said, okay, I'll go on Monday. And I went Monday, and they said, well, you're going to be there until now Thursday, and then you're going to leave Thursday, and you're going to go to New Haven. So I said, okay, I can make it. But when I arrive in Baltimore, how many of you have seen the movie Coming to America? So I don't know who booked the room, but when you look at the couch, the Soul Glow was sitting on the couch. So I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. I got to spend my birthday in this room. So after 3 room changes, I became comfortable. And then I had to come to New Haven, so I was really nervous about the accommodations here. But I was pleasantly surprised. So thank you for your hospitality, because it's been a great stay so far. But I do want to say that for Pittsburgh Public Schools, student learning informs teacher actions. And I was able to see firsthand how the teachers' passion and their commitment and their dedication and their collaboration over the summer or spring has transferred to those students. And when the students were actually presenting, they presented as if they really, truly learned the content. And when I say learn, it's something that's going to stick with them forever and ever and ever. I usually begin my workshops by having everyone close their eyes and think back to that one teacher that made learning fun, but it wasn't easy. And when the kids find that individual, they can turn and talk, or teachers can talk. I'm sure we can all talk about that one teacher right now. I know that the fellows were the inspiration for those students, and those students will be talking about these teachers long after this week. I also was able to see the relationships, and I saw that honestly shone through you and Avery. That quick hug, I don't know if you guys caught that, sent a powerful message about a bond that a teacher has for their students, that connection can really continue to lead them further. So I was really excited that I did come to the YNI Institute, and I'm excited to see the power and the passion that goes into the lessons. As far as moving forward, there are a lot of challenges. We discussed data and funding, because from our board, to be perfectly transparent, they want to close that achievement gap for our Black and brown students. And then they're going to say, well, what is the effect that this institute will have on teaching and learning? So that was one of the things that we had to grapple with. But I don't think it's something that we can't begin to try to figure out how we can address it. Part of that is saying how we can leverage the fellows to be able to go back and be teacher leaders. In Pittsburgh, we have a theory of action that focuses on 3 primary things: systems, culture, and instruction. And through instruction is my work, where we have the high quality instructional tenets, and those tenets of high quality instruction really focuses on rigor. But in order to do that, you have to build the capacity of the teachers. And in order to do that, you have to differentiate your learning based on the needs of all of your teachers. And I feel like this is a good opportunity for us to actually do a couple of things. The first thing is actually going back and re-engaging some of the prior fellows that are no longer active. Find out why they're not active, think about how we can re-engage them, maybe create our own little cadre of teacher leaders that are now going to be presenting their units to teachers after they meet with our curriculum coordinators to see where it fits into the curriculum. What we don't want teachers to kind of walk away with is that you got this mile wide and we only go an inch deep. The idea of working with the curriculum coordinators to determine where these units would fit in is to say, you know what, maybe we need to not focus on the mile wide, but spend more time on our high priority items and go deeper with them. And showing where these units happen, and then those moves then be presented by the fellows to their teachers, but through the actual lens of going through a lesson. Another teacher may be inspired to be a fellow by seeing and feeling that experience that students walk away in the classroom. So we're going to leverage our fellows to try to help us with that process. And again, we're not going to force it on teachers because it's going to be optional. But I think part of that also comes into building the funding. And the good thing is, this is the time we talk about in Pittsburgh budget. So how can we use some of our professional development funds to set aside time to start to really help that happen throughout the summer as well as throughout the year? So we want our fellows to be used not just in twice out of the year or sporadically, but how can we really leverage them to become true teacher leaders to inspire other teachers to take on that same process? So I think that's where we are right now. Did I miss anything, Sean? I captured everything. So I do want to say a special thank you to Sean. He's been very, very tenacious in making sure that someone was there, so that's awesome. We're going to begin to have conversation with our potential partners. We have a lot of competing interests, but how do we take all those different interests and how do we say, okay, let's leverage them and pull them together to create something very strong and powerful for Pittsburgh? So we are going to definitely do that. I also want to say thank you to Leah and Crystal, who have been very, very powerful. Am I missing anybody? Leah, Crystal? For being very, very powerful. And then Ivana. Ivana was in a session and she was listening to some of my needs and she made sure she introduced me to you, to Trish, and then she made sure she introduced me to just about everybody else. I think there was quite a few people. And then of course I had dinner with you yesterday from Chicago. It was just a profound impact because it made me see things from a different perspective. So thank you for your support. Thank you for guiding me in the right direction. And I look forward to our continued talks, Mr. Vivians, regarding how do we bring back the Phoenix. Thank you.